Alright, welcome back everybody. Turn 33 of Roots Bloody Roots, and let's look at what we've got here. So doing a little bit of scrying on this province. I guess let's start with the battles. So, Cloudcap Spires, they left behind a scout to try to besiege this fort as they continued their rampage. As you can see here, I've queued up some guys to cut them off. And basically, these guys will ambush them over here. These guys will fight here. These guys will fight here. I think that because I have a crew coming from this direction, a crew coming from this direction, that the fight will happen here rather than one of those two. But I'm not positive. Regardless, over here I've got 17 guys that'll be blessed up. He has... we can look at it. He has 32 Abyssian infantries. So definitely enough to wipe out PD, but they've got the broken equipment, so they don't have that much protection. Well, this is damaged. It can become broken. Same with their weapon. Like, these guys are not a high-powered force. They've still got a decent amount of protection, but they don't have the other stats that makes them scary. So I think that my Sacred should match up pretty favorably against them. But we'll see. Over here, oh yeah, so I went and took this province. I need to rename some of these guys. Let me make sure I'm not about to lose my assassin. I don't know why. Oh, I have to be looking at one of my provinces to check. Okay. So that should count as 30, I think. Don't care about the pirates, don't care about him. Alright, but anyway, I'm getting distracted. Over here, my god went and recaptured this province. He just left behind some PD. And over here, this is on the west side. So I can see what this force looks like specifically. Wait, I've already seen this force. This is the mercenaries. So Asphodel's got enough guys to push them back here. The problem Asphodel is dealing with is they're under siege. Now, I don't know whether this fort is... like, I wouldn't expect this army to crack that fort in one turn, but I could see Abyssia turning east to just mess with me some more, turning west to mess with Asphodel, or staying to bust down that fortress. That said, I've decided I'm going to go on offense. I've got a good crew here. 115 dudes, plenty of mages, so this is the whole crew that's moving in. Need to rename some guys, obviously, that's the most important part. And they'll be joining up with these 20 guys. He doesn't need to be casting Blessing because, well, there's nothing to be gained since they're going to join up with the main crew. Let's send him further in the back. He doesn't have any more gems to cast Swarm. Wooden Warriors would be counterproductive. Does Healing Refrain do anything? No, I'm not even a spell singer, so that wouldn't do anything at all. Okay, so he'll just spam out some Tangle Vines and hopefully entangle somebody. So I'm going to be moving into this territory here, and then I've got the options of moving south to attack this pretty poorly defended province. I've got accurate scrying information for my scrying, and if you look at my messages, I summoned some horned serpents and some eagles. These guys are going to have a lot of siege power. So each serpent is 1.7 siege, and I've got a lot of them. The Eagles are clocking in at 2.4. And then I've also got these wolf spiders, which are 2.3. So my hope is get the whole gang together, turn them abruptly south, and crack this fort in one turn before everyone gets assassinated. See how well that plays out, but it seems like a reasonable strategy. Chen Shi's got a new prophet. Alteration, level 5. We'll pull up the script for those guys in a bit. Less plague in the bulwark, so I like that. Free nature gems. A treasure. I love the treasure. And some extra money. So we're getting some of those good events here, which is nice to see. And I got another Coyote Shaman. I'm very happy to have him. He's welcome to the team. So I'm going to figure out how to put him to work in a bit. But for right now, he can research this fine. I want to keep some troops in this area because if Abyssia send these guys north, I don't want him to have basically a free shot at my capital. So if he attacks this province here, Halbathria, then that'll be my cue that I need to summon and recruit a lot of fort defense here to basically cut him off while I gather strength. These guys that are cutting off this raiding party will kind of converge there, and it'll be a jolly good time. So I don't want to forge anything with him because I want to leave open the option of summoning a bunch of Pale Riders, for example. I think I still have a Death Staff, which I can give to him. That won't hurt anything. Yeah, there it is. I should have Air Staff somewhere. Or I have the Winged Helmet, rather. So you can hold on to that. Just giving people a little bit of equipment because it buffs their research rating. Alright, recruit more guys. That's pretty critical. Katsuna Priest. Now, I do want to start making some ghosts and some mist warriors. So I guess, yeah, I'll go ahead and go here. And, oh no, because the other thing is this province is the safest for my troops because I've got these clowns patrolling, which should keep any assassins out. Each clown counts as 20 people, plus the actual PD and stuff. So I want to make sure that I don't expose myself unnecessarily to assassination. You can hold on to that for now. Alright, very important. Let's go and look at the script and do some renaming. So, start off with the Sun Priest, who needs a new name. Alright. Staying on theme, of course. So, Chris here is gonna Community Master, Divine Blessing, Solar Eclipse. This is gonna make darkness, and I don't know the effect that the darkness is gonna have on, like, basically how it's gonna round, because all of the Abyssians have dark vision, but all my dudes have spirit sight, so it should be a nice global benefit. And then close out with some Mind Burn, and maybe we'll get lucky. Skelly Spam from my Coyote. Little Sebastian over here. Some Communion Slaves. Ron, as you can see, he's going to Foul Vapors like before, but then he's going to spam out some Bone Melting. Some of these guys not coming along because, well, we don't need everybody. Although I might send a couple more than what I have right now. Mind Blessing. Can he ethereal himself? Oh yeah, he can ethereal himself through Body of Flames. This is Dominion's enhanced spell. It does ethereal as well as fire shield. That does have unpleasant consequence of burning your nearby allies, but I think that the ethereal will make it worth it. Let's go ahead and make sure that this guy stays out of the way because he does not have fire resistance. As you can see from my formation, I've got my serpents, which are undisciplined, hiding behind my Katsuna dancers, my sacreds, who are set to hold an attack. And when I join up with the other crew of sacreds, the plan will be to basically have a big wall of sacreds so that the serpents don't run out in front and do something stupid. We need as many snakes to survive as possible because they're going to be the ones that are going to they're going to help siege down the castle. All right, Tom's going to mark luck on himself and then feel the fire at the very end. He can't feel the fire. He doesn't have the fire in a jar. Okay, I don't think the solar eclipse was going to do much anyways, so that will just be another mind burn, and then he will feel the fire. Chris will. All right. We were at Tom. Yeah, so you can't feel the fire, so what can you do? I guess you are just going to keep the mind burn going. More slaves. And Perkins. I guess she doesn't need both of these nature gems, so I'll have Tom hold on to them. It's fitting that Tom gets all the bling. But she is gonna swarm just to try to clog up the battlefield some more. I might have her swarm a second time. Yeah. Alright. Earth guy is gonna summon Earth Power, Legion Shield, Earth Melt Destruction. Hopefully, Destruction can do a good number against these Abyssians by destroying their armor. I'm told that that doesn't actually destroy their armor, but I mean, every little bit helps. You are not going to retreat. You're going to cast more spells, although realistically, he might be asleep by then. Ben Wyatt's going to make it rain. And this guy, you need a name. I feel like I'm starting to run out of characters. Alright, so April here, she's just going to spam out Bone Melter. And that does it. So, looking at our communion balance, we've got 1 master, 2 slaves, 2 masters, 2 slaves, 3 masters, 4 masters, and 6 slaves, 5 masters, 7 slaves. Oh, I need to script this guy. Okay, so we've got a few more slaves than masters, or not many more, so I should probably bring another couple guys along. But it's not hugely unbalanced. Okay. You can keep busting out our cool new toy. Alright. You need a name. I don't know if I'm spelling his name right. I need to give him a suffix too. Alright. Oh, you're way out in front. I guess that's the other thing. I need to make sure I don't accidentally have communion slaves out in front. Okay, well, that'll be the plan. I'll need to get this cleaned up, but you don't need to watch me go and reposition a bunch of troops. That doesn't sound exciting. Scouting. So this province is owned by nobody. That's interesting. Well, let's keep snooping around, see what we see. Yeah, let's go this way. I don't think Abyssia is going to attack Asphodel's fort, but I'll just kind of stay in the area. Alright, there's no commanders here to assassinate, so you can be a fifth column of sorts. Maybe I'll get lucky. Let's try it. Alright. Airyu, I don't know what they're actually doing, but I don't really care. Keep poking around over there. Because, yeah, like, Airyu might not get involved, but they're worried about Satis on their border. We've talked about this. So honestly, assuming that my new toy works as well as I think it should, then Airyu not getting involved just means more loot for me. Now, I do want to build another... I do want to build another fort here, just because that's a nice good spot for it, but I can't until this raiding party is done. And then similarly I want to put a fort here, but again that's going to have to wait a bit. So for right now I'm hanging on to most of my money. I can switch some of my recruitment to get some Katsuna priests. Yeah. And oh right, this spot is back online, and it does not have the recruitment points to make what I want, so it'll actually make clowns, while this spot can slow down on the clowns and make actual mages. Yeah, I like that. Still doing some searching here. I haven't found a single magic site despite some pretty high level searching. But this will close out all paths, so we're getting water, astral, and death. And that'll be good. Research, working on doing a quick detour to Evocation 2 so that I can cast Web with my Nature 2s. And then I'm going to finish up Conjuration 5. Conjuration 5 lets me summon elementals, which I don't care about. There's some unique heroes that they're gem generators, so it's nice to invest in them. And they're good leaders too. Good cross paths. And Katsuna Dance. So thug up some Katsunas and have a grand old time. So, that's the plan. Should be exciting. See you on turn 34.